Hey everyone, Casualties Gaming coming at you today with another video. Talking today about N64 wrestling games, specifically No Mercy and the No Mercy Plus mod. So, in case you couldn't tell by, my channel and like the certain guides and stuff that's on this as far as the N64 PC ports go, I have an affinity for the N64. I grew up with it. I think it was a great console. I think it did for multiplayer what like no other system has basically done, at least for local multiplayer. Apart from probably like the original Xbox with like land and whatnot. But anyway, we're not here to talk about the Xbox. We're here to talk about No Mercy Plus. So what I've got here is a mod for WWF No Mercy that I think is pretty cool. It expands the roster. It adds a SmackDown store with which to purchase a bunch of extra stuff, and it expands on it. I think it's really cool. It adds new moves, gameplay, all that sort of stuff. So I'm going to teach you how to get this up and running. There's a couple things you need to know when doing this, though. So I tried both No Mercy 1.0 and 1.1. 1.1 doesn't work, or at least I was not able to get it to work just yet. So that sucks. But as near as I can tell, the save glitch, which is what 1.1 fixed, that version, it didn't seem like it was. I did play quite a bit through some championship modes, and I didn't run into the glitch yet. I didn't play that much. I've not seen any complaints about said glitch. So keep that in mind. The other thing, it does recommend in here that you use the Project 64 emulator. That does suck. We all have our emulators of choice. I can say that the mod does work mostly with on my Retroid Pocket 5 using M64 Plus, I believe it is. Now, there's a caveat here. There's a thing that this thing adds called the SmackDown store, which you kind of need to buy a bunch of shit that this thing like pushes into the game. So that didn't really seem to work. Every time I tried to open it, the game didn't crash. I just was able to see like the background of the store, and I couldn't see purchases or anything like that. So your mileage may vary on Android. I tried to use a couple with this and couldn't get it to work, and then just switched to the one that it recommended. Being perfectly honest, I don't think that Project 64 has been supported in a while. I might be wrong about that, but I will say that, and I might be wrong. I don't follow it. That's just what I've heard, but I will give you a link to that particular emulator in the description. Feel free to educate me if it is being supported. It's whatever. But I will give you a link to this. I will give you a link to that emulator, and go ahead and open those up, and we can get started. So with this, you'll scroll down. There'll be some bug fixes. The last update, version 3, was released on the 4th of January of this year. There are more versions coming. You don't have to be a Patreon member to download this version. The way I understand it, with benefits and how those all work, you'll contribute. I believe there's a tier to get into Discord, if I'm not mistaken. I might be wrong about that. But again, this adds in some people from WrestleMania 2000. It adds in some older wrestlers like LOD and that sort of thing. But I will show you how to do this. So you'll scroll down, and you'll have this download link right here. You can hit download all, or you can just hit download. It doesn't really matter. As you can see, I already downloaded it earlier, but I deleted it, so that's what it is. Go ahead and have your ROM at the ready. Again, your ROM is 1.0. We go to downloads. We pull this guy out here just for simplicity's sake. Extract, as you kind of always do with these sorts of things. Drag this guy over here. You can go ahead and delete the zipped version at this point. So you're going to go ahead and open this file. So you'll see a few different files here. The Summer Cart 64 is not something that we're going to mess with. I believe this is supposed to be for the Evercade, not Evercade, oh god damn it, I can't think of the name of it. The Evercade cart. There's a cart for the 64. I've never used them. And then there's a Retro Arch instructions here with cores. We don't really give a shit about any of that. You're just going to go to the ROM patch section. So you've already got the Delta patcher here, and you have this, which is the patch. you can kind of, for our purposes right now, if you want to read this, you can. For my instructions, you can ignore it. But we're going to go ahead and open Delta Patcher. We're going to expand this. Before I start this process, if you still want to play the vanilla version of WWF No Mercy, you need to make a copy of your ROM because this is going to patch over that. And sometimes, depending on the patcher and the way you have it set up, it might just spit out a copy and you keep your original. That's not happening here. This is patching over your original and not giving you a second copy. So keep that in mind. So we want to navigate to the original file and for simplicity's sake, I put it on the desktop. So we'll go WWF No Mercy. You'll hit this. You will open. You will hit Delta Patcher. You will navigate to WWF No Mercy Plus. You will open the file. You will open ROM patch. And the only file that will be available for this purpose will be the patch itself. You will hit open. Again, if you want to play the original version, you need to have made a copy of it before you do this. It will patch over it. You hit apply patch. Mine says error. That's because I've already actually put the patch over this. Or you're going to end up with something that says, congratulations, you patched it, whatever. But yeah, this is only coming up because I've already patched it. So after that, it's your choice whether or not you want to keep this. You don't necessarily have to. I'm going to go ahead and delete it for simplicity's sake. So one thing I would recommend that you do, particularly if you kept your old version, is you rename this file to No Mercy Plus. My capital's screwed up. Plus, I'm going to name it V3 because that's the version that we're on. So pull this out. What I want you to do, so if you already have your, I would assume that you already have your N64 emulator set up. I am in the wrong, why did I go to PC ports? Retro games. So navigate to wherever you have your Nintendo 64 ROMs set up. Where the hell did I put them? All right. So I don't have an No Mercy ROM or this one in here. Copy to N64. It copied it to that. Do with this as you please. The reason it made a copy and didn't transfer it is because I have all of this crap on a different drive. So we're going to delete this. So then you can open your emulator. We have Project 64. If you want me to do a video on setting Project 64 up, just drop a comment. I might do that anyway. It's pretty simple in the sense of, you know, setting up emulators and whatnot. But we're going to open this. Yes. Okay. Go ahead and click on it and it should work. Ah, there we go. If you go to shop, it'll kind of give you an idea as to what you have in store in terms of like who and what you can buy. In terms of old Kane stuff, there was some LOD stuff up there. You've got your Owen Hart, you got your Al Snow. That is a food timer of mine. Censored, right to censored, Job Squad, all sorts of stuff that you can do. My controller is kind of freaking out. But this just gives you an idea as to what's in store for you when and if you do this mod, which I, highly encourage. I think the mod's pretty cool. Anyway, it plays like No Mercy. I'm not really going to, show a bunch of gameplay or anything. I don't really think that that's, super necessary. If you played No Mercy, you played No Mercy, but you can get it fired up from here. Again, if you want a guide on how to set up Project 64, I can go ahead and do that for you probably next couple days. I probably will anyway, at least a 64 emulator, probably this one, just so that you guys have it. But yeah, if you like videos like this, like, comment, subscribe, do all that stuff that I like to ask you to do, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. Peace.